blog is a platform that is provided by websites that allow a person to write whatever it is they feel like writing. This can be anything from a personal diary of one's daily musings and activities, or it could be even more specific, like a certain topic of interest such as snowboarding. People that blog know that their blog can be read by other people, as it can be used for a source of information that is meant to be shared by everyone that can access the blog. However, one doesn't necessarily have to be a blogger to be part of the blogging world. Someone can just as easily be an avid observer or reader of blogs as opposed to actually having and writing their own blog. Blogging allows people to be part of the media instead of just being passive audiences. In this sense, blogging moves away from the traditional broadcast media because it shifts the power of media creation into the hands of the public. There is a sense of public democracy that is enabled through blogging, which is important in a society, not only for informational purposes, but also for bringing about a social change.
Yeah, I follow a lot of blogs. Gossip blogs like Jezebel, fashion blogs like Fashionista, pop culture blogs like What Chuck Wore from Gossip Girls, and Fuck Yeah, Ryan Gosling. I don't know if you use that, but yeah, and style blogs like Professionally Trendy and The Sartorialist.
I'm trying to find a grad program for a subject that's very obscure, some might say, and so by looking at people's blogs I can find out more about that, and even though they're not here, I can still talk to them and ask them. And that it's an individual method of communication, so people can say whatever they want, there's nobody standing there interrupting them or telling them that they're dumb for saying what they're saying. So people can just come out and say whatever it is they feel. So I think a lot of opinions can get expressed that way that wouldn't otherwise be expressed in a social context.
You just get all this great advice from people you've never met, and they're not as afraid to hurt you even more because they know that you're there for their kind of advice.
The modern blog evolved from the online diary, where people keep a running account of their personal lives. Most such writers call themselves diarists, journalists, or journalers. Justin Hall, who began 11 years of personal blogging in 1994, while a student at Swarthmore College, is generally recognized as one of the earliest bloggers. Open Diary launched in October 1998, soon growing to thousands of online diaries. Open Diary innovated the reader comment, becoming the first blog community where readers could add comments to other writers' blog entries. Brad Fitzpatrick, a well-known blogger, started LiveJournal in March 1999. Andrew Smales created Pittus.com in July 1999 as an easier alternative to maintaining a news page on a website. This was followed by Diaryland in September 1999, focusing more on a personal diary community. Evan Williams and Meg Hurahan of Pyro Labs launched Blogger.com in August 1999, which was later purchased by Google in February 2003.
Habermas divides communications into two types, the instrumental and the genuine. The instrumental is basic communication that is aimed at getting things done, at satisfying wants. Habermas labels this type of straightforward communication as the system, which ultimately defines where it takes place, the world's economic and bureaucratic business. Yet genuine communications involves emotion, understanding, and toying with notions that are not simply black and white. Habermas believes that this type of communication takes place in the life world, a place where people are able to interact and become involved in public discourse. Written before the onset of the internet, Habermas believes that public discourse must be encouraged in democratic communal activities, like here, here, and here.
I think there's potential for bad blogs. Lots of potential for that. I mean, for the same reason that people are comfortable saying anything because nobody's there telling them not to, I think there's a lot of potential for people to say just crap that nobody cares about.
The internet is a virtual landscape as well as a new democratic space for public discourse. Newspapers and magazines have long been the information bearers, yet they provide little or no space for public discourse. The emergence of blogs pertaining to certain subjects has thus created a relief to those who find traditional systems of communication lacking in public opinion, or expanding debates to those who actually belong to the life world. Habermas's views concerning a democratic arena for public discourse have become reinvented with the emergence of blogging in the cyber world. However, this idea is not as utopic as it seems. Habermas believed that the commodification of the public sphere would interrupt proper public discourse concerning the state of the world and distract individuals from the real issues at hand. Habermas's concern of the commodification of the public sphere still remains an issue even in the virtual world. Many popular blogs are strewn with advertisements. It is no longer a secret that advertisers control much of the content that it is funding. To conclude, we have thus heard from multiple interviews that blogging democratizes the manner by which we communicate and express ourselves. With the public element of many blogs these days, transparency and audience engagement appears to be inevitably established. Therefore, critiques have embraced the blog environment as the genesis of an online community that shares and promotes their interests. In other words, blogging communities are apparently synonymous with Habermas's concept of the public sphere, defined as a discursive space in which individuals and groups congregate to discuss matters of mutual interest and, where possible, to reach a common judgment. However, we have to critically analyze the direction blogs are heading towards in our contemporary capitalistic society, where the influx of advertisements and even the nature of blogs begin to appear severely commercialized. Therefore, will the future of blogging remain to function as a public space? Or are we witnessing an evolution that commercializes blogging, as is the case with most media forms that involve high audience traffic? Will blogging eventually be a passing fad, with the onset of increasingly popular sites like Twitter?